everyone. Hi, Coach Jude. Before we get started, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Ginaldine S. Kamal. I am the little teacher of Hashtag 7, together with my members, Shaira Mariano, Jessica Poseso, Princess Alain Lakay, and Charish Joy Rojas. And we are the Study Hub Hashtag 7. So for the introduction, we have here the topic that is all about learner-centered psychological principle. So what is learner-centered psychological principles? So learner-centered psychological principles provide a framework for developing and incorporating the components of new design for schooling. It is also consistent with more than a century of research on teaching and learning, are widely shared and implicitly recognized in many excellence programs found in today's schools. We have here the following 14 psychological principles that pertains to the learner and the learning processes. We have here the 6 psychological principles that is under to cognitive and metacognitive factors, which are the nature of the learning process, goals of the learning process, construction of knowledge, strategic thinking, thinking about thinking, and the last is the context of learning. So the 7 to 9 psychological principles that is under on motivational and affective factors, which are motivational and emotional influences on learning, intrinsic motivation to learn, and the last is the effect of motivation on effort. While the 10 to 11 psychological principles that is under on developmental and social factors, which are the developmental influences on learning, and the second is the social influences on learning. Aside from that, we have also the 12 to 14 psychological principles that is under to individual differences factors, which are the individual differences in learning, learning and diversity, and the last is the standard and assessment. And last but not the least, we need also to know what is the legal and policy frameworks and learner-centered teaching with the subtopic of Republic Act number 10533. So let's start with my topic that is all about cognitive and metacognitive factors. So what is the cognitive and metacognitive factors? Cognitive factors in learning involves various cognitive components like attention, perception, executive function, and reasoning. It is also involves various strategies that one uses to learn something. On the other hand, the metacognitive factors involve monitoring and evaluation of cognitive factors. So let's move to nature of the learning process. Nature of the learning process is the learning complex subject matter is most effective when it is an intentional process of constructing meaning from information and experience. For example, the child knows how to clap hands by seeing someone else to do it. Next is the goals of the learning process. Goals of the learning process: the successful learner over time with support and instructional guidance can create meaningful, coherent representations of knowledge. The strategic nature of learning that requires students to be goal-directed, to construct useful representation of knowledge and to acquire the thinking and learning strategies that is necessary for continued learning success across the lifespan. Students must be generated and pursue personally relevant goals. Based from my research, learning goals are statements that what you want to learn during your learning process. These scores can be set at different level, including course content level, skills level, and knowledge level. Learning goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. Just for example, stay organized, stay motivated, work hard to get high grades, attend every class, improve your ability to problem solving, and etc. So next is the construction of knowledge. Construction of knowledge: the successful learner can link new information from existing knowledge in meaningful ways. This nature of links can take a variety of forms such as adding to, modifying, or reorganizing the existing knowledge or skills. The nature of these links can take a variety of forms such as adding to, modifying, or reorganizing existing knowledge or skills. The construction of knowledge is an active process that happens through individual and social engagement. In other words, it is a process by which learners actively build their understanding of a topic or concept through exploration, reflection, and interaction. Strategic thinking. The successful learners can create and use a repertoire of thinking and reasoning strategies to achieve complex learning goals. They understand and can use a variety of strategies to help them reach learning and performance goals and to apply their knowledge in novel situations. Example of strategic thinking: gather informations, consider future challenges, seek for guidance, and etc. So let's move to thinking about thinking. So what is thinking about thinking? Higher order strategies for selecting and monitoring mental operations facilitate creative and critical thinking. The successful learners can reflect on how they think or learn, set reasonable learning or performance goals, select potentially appropriate learning strategies or methods, and monitor their progress towards these goals. Example: instead of saying math test makes me anxious, we're asking ourselves, what is it about math test that makes me feel anxious? And what can I do to change that? So let's move to the last section of my topic, that is all about context of learning. Learning is influenced by environmental factors, including culture, technology, and instructional practices. It is also defined as the situation in which something is learned or understood. A situation can impact how something is learned or what is taught. The importance of context of learning is to motivate and encourage learners to introspect and explore their talent and learning. So that's the end of my topic. Thank you for listening, and I hope you understand about my topic, and let us, Shaira Mariano, to discuss the next topic that is all about motivational and affective factors. Once again, my name is Ginaldine Escomal, the little teacher of Study Hub #7.
Good day, everyone, especially to Coach Jude. My name is Shara Mariano, and I will going to tackle my assigned topic. So before that, let me have a short recap about the report of Miss Janelle. The first is cognitive and metacognitive factors, um, nature of the learning process, goals of the learning process, construction of knowledge, strategic thinking, thinking about thinking, context of learning. So, so that, um, and now I will going to tackle my assigned topic. So, first, we have motivational and affective factors. Um, Motivational and affective factors are the crucial elements in understanding human behavior, particularly in learning and performance. These factors encompasses the internal drives, emotions, and beliefs that influence an individual's motivations, engagement, and overall success. So, and also, this response will delve into the key aspects of motivational and affective factors, drawing upon the provided search upon the upon the upon the provided search results to offer a comprehensive overview. So, um, so that motivational and emotional influences in learnings. So, motivationals, motivationals and emotionals influences on learnings. What and how much is learned is influenced by the learner's motivations. Motivation to learn, motivation to learn in turn is influenced by the emotional strategies, beliefs, interests, and habits of thinking. So, the reach of internal worlds of thoughts, beliefs, goals, and expectation for success of failure can enhance of inter in, can enhance the interfere with the learner's quality of thinking and information processing. So the second is students believe about themselves as learners and the nature of the learnings have a marked influence on motivation. So motivational and emotional factors are influence both of quality of thinking and information processing as well as individuals motivational to learn, and also positive emotions such as curiosity generally enhance motivations and facilitate learning, and performance mind anxiety can enhance learning and performance by focusing the learner's attention on particular tasks. However, intense negative emotions like anxiety, panic, rage, and insecurities. That's all for the motivational and emotional influences in on learnings. So now we can proceed to the next one. We have here intrinsic motivation to learn. So what is intrinsic motivation to learn? It is the learner's creativity, higher overthinking, and natural curiosity all of contribute to motivation to learn. Intrinsic motivation and also stimulated by tasks of optimal novelty and difficulty relevant to personal interest, providing for personal choice and personal choice and control. So we have here curiosity, flexible, and insightful thinking, and creativity are major indicators of the learner's intrinsic motivation to learn, which is in large part a function of meeting basic needs to be competent and to exercise the personal control. Intrinsic motivation is facilitated on tasks that learners perceive as interesting and personally relevant and meaningfully appropriate in complexity and difficulty to the learner's abilities, and on which by the belief that they can succeed. Intrinsic motivations is also a facilitate on tasks that are comparable to the real world situations and meet needs for the choice and control. So we have here also the educator can encourage and support learners' natural curiosity and innovation to learn by attending to individual differences in learners' perceptions of optimal novelty and difficulty relevance and personal choice and control. So now we have also here an effects of motivations effort. So Acquisition of acquisition of complex knowledge and skills requires extended learner effort and guided practices. Without learners' motivation, the the learners and the willingness to exert this effort is unlikely without correlation. Next is effort is another major indicators of motivation to learn and acquisitions of complex knowledge and skills demand the investment of considerable learners' energy and strategic effort over with persistence over time. So now, educators need to be consumed with facilitating motivation by strategic that enhance learner effort and commitment to learning and to achieving high standard of comprehensions and understanding. So, effective strategies include purposeful learning activities guided by practices that enhance positive emotions that the positive emotions and intrinsic motivation to learn and methods that increase learners perceptions that attach interesting and personally relevant. So I'm also having a conclusion for this. Conclusion is the motivational and affect factors are essential components of success of being a successful learner and performance understanding that interplay of emotions, beliefs, and internal drives is crucial for educators, trainers, and anyone seeking to optimize learning outcomes. So motivational and affective factors is all about how you will grow as yourself or how you can control insecurities, your insecurities and anxiety, panic attack and rage, and also your insecurities. So that's all. Thank you. So now we can proceed to the next report.
Coach Jude. Good morning, classmate. Before I start, I will introduce first myself. My name is Jessica Tiboseso from Bitaled HE18. So now I'll give a short recap first about the topic of Shaira, about the motivational and effective factors. So there are three components, which is the motivational and emotional influences on learning. Means motivational and emotional influences on learning can be enhanced by instructions that supports learning related expectancies of success and strengthens perceptions that learning is useful. Second one is extrinsic motivation to learn. Means intrinsic motivation refers to an individual's personal interests, satisfactions, and enjoyment. The factors affecting in are internal. So third one is effective of motivations on effort. Means motivation plays a crucial role in determining the amount of effort that individuals exert towards a task or goal. When individuals are highly motivated, they tend to invest more energy, focus, and persistence, leading to improved performance and outcomes. So next, I will discuss to you about my topic. My topic is all about developmental and social factors greatly influence learning. means learning is the most effective when a student's physical, intellectual, emotional, and social development is considered. Poor school, home, and community environments can negatively impact cognitive and social development. Social interaction also influences learning as learning occurs through collaboration and communication with others. Positive relationships and environments provide stability and trust, increasing self-respect and participation. Means developmental and social factors. Developmental influence on learning are impacted by opportunities and constraints as individuals. Development physically, intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Learning is most effective when accounting for differences in development across these domains. Social influences on learning also impact the learning process through social interactions, relationships, and communication with others. Now, there are two factors of developmental and social factors. First is developmental influences on learning. As individuals develop, there are different opportunities and constraints for learning. Learning is the most effective when development means the way we learn is deeply intertwined with our development, a complex process influenced by a variety of factors. Understanding these influences is crucial for creating effective learning environments and supporting individuals throughout their educational journey. Individuals learn best when material is appropriate to their developmental level and is presented in an enjoyable and interesting way. Means it emphasizes the importance of tailoring educational content and delivery methods to suit of individuals' developmental stage and cognitive abilities. Because individual development carries across intellectual, social, emotional, and physical domains. Achievement in different instructional domains may, al- may also vary. Means accepting the natural variations and individual development and adjusting our education practices accordingly. We can create a more supportive and equitable learning environment that allows all students to strive. Next is overemphasizes on one type of developmental readiness such as reading readiness by preschool preclude learners from demonstrating that means that is the crucial point and ones that often overlooked in traditional education system. Focusing too heavily on one area of development, like a reading readiness, can indeed limit a child's opportunity to showcase their strengths and other areas. Next one is the cognitive, emotional, and social development of individual learners and how they interpret life experiences are official developed schooling, home cultures, and community factors means by recognizing the multifaceted nature of a learner's development, we can create more effective and equitable education system that meet the diverse needs of all individuals. Next is awareness and understanding of the developmental differences among children with and without emotional, physical, or intellectual disabilities can facilitate the creations of optimal learning contexts. Means by embracing the diversity of learners and creating inclusive, supportive learning environments, we can empower all children to thrive and reach their full potential. So now that's all about the development influences on learning. So now let's proceed to social influences. So what is the social influences? So now, social influences, as individuals develop, there are different opportunities on constraints for learning. Learning is the most effective when differential development with and across physical, intellectual, emotional, and social domains is taken into account. So means social influences play a profound role in shaping how we learn, impacting everything from our initial exposure to knowledge to our long-term academic success. So, social influences are integral to the learning process, shaping our understanding of the world and our ability to acquire knowledge and skills. For example, preparing to teach other influences students to learn more compared to students who study for themselves. In this case, learning acquired just with the thoughts of a social interaction. So, flexible thinking and social incompetence. What is the meaning of this? Means teachers who possesses both flexible thinking and social competence are well equipped to navigate navigate the complexities of the classroom. Next one is in the interactive and collaborative instructional context, individuals have an opportunities for perspective, talking, and reflective thinking that may lead to higher levels of cognitive, social, and moral development as well as self-esteem. Means interactive and collaborative learning environments offer tremendous potentials for personal and academic growth. By, by encouraging perspective talking, reflective thinking, and active participation, these environments create a fertile ground for cognitive, social, moral, and emotional development. So, lastly is the family influences. So family influences is where positive interpersonal support and instructions in self-motivations strategies can offset factors that interfere with optimal learning such as a negative beliefs about competence in a particular subject. High levels of attacks anxiety, negative sexual expectations, and undue pressures to perform well. Means is by fostering supportive relationships, equipping learners with a self-motivation strategies, and promoting a growth mindset, we can create a learning environment where everyone. So now, that's all about the development and social factors. So, and the two components of development and social factors, which is the development influences on learning. Second one is social influences on learning. So my conclusions to my topic is all about development and social factors exert a profound influence on learning. By understanding these influences and creating supportive learning environment, educators can empower learners to reach their full potential. This involves recognizing individual differences, fostering positive relationships, and providing opportunities for growth and in all aspects of development. So now that's all about my topic. I hope you have understand to my topic. So now Princess will discuss to you about the individual different factors. Thank you and God bless.
Today, everyone, especially to you, Coach Jude. Today, I'm going to present my topic assigned, which is the individual's difference factors. So today, I'm going to introduce myself first. Hi, my name is Princess Aline Ilacay from BTLED HE1A. I am the next reporter of Jessica. Before that, I'm going to recap the topic of Jessica she discussing to you. So, which is the developmental factors and social factor. So, what is developmental and social factors? It is play a role in how people learn. From the developmental factors, they involve how to individual to grow from physical, intellectually, mentally, and emotionally, while the social factors emphasize the benefits of learning in shaping effective learning experience. And then the next topic is all about individual difference factors, which is I am the reporting of that. So, what is individuals difference factors? So let's continue. Individuals' difference factors means the way people are different from each other. This including things like personality, skills, how they learn, and what motivates them. Understanding this difference help in creating better ways to teach or work with people based on what suits them best. So, today we have here three example of individuals difference factors. We have the first is I will discuss to you the individual difference learning. So, what is individual difference learning? So, what individuals difference in learning? Individuals are born with and develop their own capabilities and talents. Education need to student examine the learning reference and expand or modify them if necessary. So yes, each of person is unique with the different abilities and talents. Some of students might to learn quality quickly rather through visuals, while the others might prefer hands-on activities. So for me, it's important to help students recognize their strengths and weaknesses in learning and encourage more to try different method that may help them to grow or to improve themselves. So that's my explanation about the individual difference in learning. That is individual difference in learning. So we proceed the next topic, which is the learning and adversity rather. So the next topic is learning and diversity. The same basic principles of learning, motivation, and effective instruction apply to all learners. So even though students come from the different background and having a varied experience, from the core principle of learnings and teaching apply to everyone from motivation, good teaching strategies, and understanding how students learn best are universal factors that can help every student succeed regardless of their adversity. So next, we move on the last topic. I will discuss to you the standards and assessment. So what is standards and assessment? So today I'm going to discuss the last topic, which is the standard and assessment.
Assessments provides important information to both learners and teacher at all stages of the learning process. So, assessments are important throughout the learning process because they help the teacher and the students understand how well learning is happening. This feedback helps adjust teaching methods and gives students the opportunity to see where they need to improve themselves. It ensures that learning is on track. So that's all my reporting. Thank you for listening and show my video representation. So later on, Charis will be discussed the conclusion of our reporting. So that's all guys. Thank you for watching.
Good day, everyone, especially to you, Coach Judith Martinez. My name is Charis Joy A. Rojas from BTLED HE 1A. Now I will discuss the legal and policy frameworks and learner-centered teaching and the conclusion about cognitive and metacognitive motivational and affective developmental and social individual difference factors, and the last is legal and policy frameworks and learner-centered teaching. Legal and policy frameworks and learner-centered teaching. Republic Act 10533, also known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, is a landmark legislation aimed to improving the Philippine education system by enhancing the curriculum and extending the years of basic education. The law was approved on May 15, 2013 and took effect on July 5, 2013. Key features of this law include K-12 program. The law officially implements the K-12 program, adding 2 years of senior high school to the basic education cycle. This extends the number of years of education to ensure students are better prepared for higher education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Enhanced curriculum. The curriculum was revised to be more relevant to learners' needs, promoting holistic development and providing more time for mastery of concepts and skills. The program includes core subjects contextualized track like academic, technical, vocational, sport and arts, and work immersion experiences. Alignment with global standards. The law aims to align the Philippines education system with international education standards, making Filipino students more competitive globally. Support from educational agencies. The Department of Education, DepEd, the Commission on Higher Education, CHED, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, TESDA, were tasked with ensuring the successful implement action of the law. They are responsible for developing and adjusting curricular, providing teacher training, and ensuring smooth transition from basic to higher education. Overall, the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 emphasizes the importance of quality education and prepares students for the challenges of the 21st century by focusing on skills, competencies, and lifelong learning. Cognitive and metacognitive. In conclusion, cognitive and metacognitive processes are essential for effective learning and problem solving. The cognitive process refers to the mental activities involved in acquiring knowledge, such as perception, memory, and reasoning. These processes allow individuals to understand, process, and apply information. On the other hand, metacognitive process involve awareness and control over one's own learning and thinking. Metacognitive include
skills planning, monitoring, and evaluating one's understanding and strategies. By developing both cognitive and metacognitive skills, learners can not only acquire knowledge but also manage and optimize their learning processes. This self-regulation enables them to adapt to different learning tasks, improve problem solving and enhance overall academic performance, therefore fostering both cognitive and metacognitive responsibility is crucial for lifelong learning and success in various educational and real-world contexts. Motivational and affective. In conclusion, motivational and affective factors play a vital role in shaping human behavior, particularly in learning and performance. Motivation drives individuals to engage in learning activities, persist in the face of challenges, and strive for success. Affective factors such as emotions and self-beliefs influence how learners feel about themselves and their abilities, which can either enhance or hinder their motivation and overall performance. Understanding this factor is crucial for educators as fostering a positive emotional and motivational climate can lead to better engagement, improved outcomes, and greater personal satisfaction for learners. Tailoring educational approaches to address these international drives and emotion is key to supporting student success, developmental, and social. Conclusion: in every learner is different because of their background and natural abilities, which shape how they learn best. However, these personal preferences don't always lead to the best outcomes, so teachers should help students adjust their learning methods when needed. Also, considering student cultural and social differences make learning more effective and boost motivation. Lastly, setting high expectations and regularly assessing progress help both student and teacher understand where they are, what improvements can be made. This process also encourages students to reflect on their own growth, individuals, and different factors. In conclusion, understanding individual differences in learning is crucial for effective education. People possess unique abilities, preferences, and motivations which shape how they learn. Educators should help students recognize their learning styles while encouraging flexibility and growth. Despite these differences, core principles of learning and instruction apply universally, but they must be tailored to fit their student needs. Continuous assess plays a vital role in tracking progress and providing valuable feedback, ensuring that both teachers and learners can adapt and improve throughout the educational process. This personalized approach fosters more effective and inclusive learning experiences, legal and policy frameworks, and learners-centered teaching. In conclusion, Republic Act number 10533, the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013 represents a significant reform in the Philippines education system aiming to improve the quality and global competitiveness of Filipino students by implementing the K-12 program, enhancing the curriculum, and aligning with international standards. The law ensures that students are better equipped for higher education, employment, and entrepreneurship. The collaboration of key educational agencies like DepEd, CHED, and TESDA highlights the commitment to providing holistic skills-based education that prepares learners for the evolving demands of 21st century.